Cubs, the broadcast has begun. Yes, the Uncanny Valley and animation. It's just some strokes on a piece of paper. It's just some moving lines. Or is it go a bit deeper? We go to our Uncanny Valley correspondent, Fizz. Fizz, you have some stuff?
Oh, I know I should be wary. Still I venture someplace scary. Ghostly haunting, I turn loose.
It's showtime!
Hey guys, what's going on? Memes here. Yes, we're discussing the topic of animation, and it may get a wee bit creepy because we're going into the Uncanny Valley. Fizz, before I so rudely cut you off, you're uncannily smug.
Yeah, I can't get over my resting smug face. I'm trying so hard to make a not resting smug face, and it's requiring me to open my eyes really wide, and it's not working either.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I think there's a little transition from the little thing there where it mutes your audio when you're playing a clip rick. So sometimes it kind of just breaks there. It could just be me because my voice tends to break a lot of things anyway. Like right now, if I open up my system settings, it's going to have adjusted my mic volume, even though it says do not adjust mic volume down to the lowest thing. I go through all these things. I'll do the updates and everything. And the best I can navigate it down to, and again, I'm not a technologist or anything, it's something NVIDIA drivers get angry at loud sounds.
Oh, that would explain a lot over here.
I mean, that's the best I got. Hey, K-Shell.
I swear my eyes are all the way open. I freaking swear they are.
It's okay. It's okay. You look like you're up to something, and it absolutely gets us into some more uncanniness. So the whole reason for this show and delving into the Uncanny Valley is I totally missed the F show last night for Piper. Apologies, but she is quite popular within certain crowds. I see. So, but I have no idea if you had any words. But the thing is, at one point there came up the topic of some old cartoons, and that got my old noggin a jogging, and I'm like, okay, animation. For some reason, that seems to be entertaining, whether it happens to be perhaps in a still form, kind of like a comic book, so to speak, whether it actually happens to be moving in a cartoon, an anime, some form of animation. I was originally going to do cartoon, but I figured that might just, if I just put that in the title, it seems more kid-like, and we're not aiming for children here.
There
That's why I
are
said
adult
animation.
animations. Besides
There
just
are
hentai, I found out.
yes, that well, that's maybe we won't get into quite that Uncanny Valley. That's a little bit more spicy. Perhaps we could do that on some other broadcast tube or something. But as for now, it's just we get into like you start seeing things. It's like okay, well that's that, and now you start seeing some videos from some of the AI generation tools and stuff, and you'll watch it and you'll be like, oh, that looks real. You're watching some gymnast going around, and you're like, wait, how did her legs just zip around and seem to like, I don't know, do the whole like space-time thing when you're going close to the speed of light and seem to like either stretch or lengthen or contract and spin around. You're like, that's because the computer did it and doesn't quite have a body. So that whole it whips around, you're like, okay, up until that point, I totally believed it was real. I kind of seen some Uncanny Valley, but not even that, but some other shows where there's some shows that perhaps you or Piper viewed in the mortal realm. I mean, it just kind of rub you the wrong way, or
Yeah.
no worries, Tony. Take your time, grab your food.
Piper
Fizz.
gets rubbed the wrong way a lot for animations, but you said that was for a different show.
Oh, no, I'm just talking about just in general for some different shows or things that you're like, well, that seems kind of weird.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that. A lot of the weird. Oh my
Did you,
gosh, I
did
can't
you
make
highlight?
this
I
face.
know, I know. It's fine. It's okay. You're fine.
Today
I'll
I
kind
learned
of
I
fill
have
you in.
resting smug face, and I
Yes,
did
you
not
do.
know that.
No, no, I was trying to. I'm like, well, even my co-host might be. I'm like, okay, you see the wolf girl? It's like, all right, well, that kind of looks humanoid there. She has some big fuzzy ears. She's got a fuzzy, sparkly tail. You're like, it's not human, but human-ish. Very smug.
Yeah, yeah, very smug. But enough of a cartooniness that it doesn't drift too much in the uncanny valley. It stays unhuman enough with the silly proportions and stuff.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say the portions are a bit silly. It's just you usually don't see many human beings going around with big fuzzy ears and big fluffy tails unless it's Halloween or maybe a furry convention.
I was about to say somebody's not gone to a furry convention
I
before.
no. Hey, we seek to be inclusive here and stuff, but there are certain things that you hey, listen. I can say that I'm a furry, technically scaly subsect right there, so I think that allows me to get away with it. Um, but
Them
okay.
big walking plushies you can find at basically any convention, really. Um,
Mhm. Oh, because I mean,
they
it's a lot of
fluffy.
the. Well, you got cosplay, you got some build offs there. I mean, heck, you have some good cosplay. Number one, it is freaking awesome. Number two, it actually may be a little scary because I remember was it back like a decade or so ago. I went to one of the PAX gaming conventions and I was dressed as Bane and I had like the full BTU like military vest and stuff on the camo plants. And as I was walking into the Boston Convention Center, I saw some state police outside and I realized yeah, some dude kind of did some like horrific, horrible murder at like
Oh,
the Dark Knight Rises. So I'm like, I'm dressed as a pretty cool
oopsies.
Bane right now. I'm literally got things BTU vest that's designed to hold like clips and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm gonna carry my mask by my side because personally, I would have stopped me. Just be like, oh, it's okay there,
Would
and
you
just
stop me? I'd stop me.
no. I'm just being realistic. I think I'm a really sketchy mofo. Heck, I go to a concert dressed like this. I come out of the bathroom, and all of a sudden, some dude looks at me. He's like, "You are the most conspicuous person here." It's like that's the point. Most people at a metal show, often they're dressed in mostly black. Why? Because that's the thing. Now, if somebody does something and they're dressed in all black, and most people are dressed in all black, it's hard to tell who does something. Since I'm not planning on starting anything, at least too bad, I should be okay because you know the dude in the bright yellow shirt if he did it. It also is the color of staff event shirts very often, so very often people will ask me to do things, and it's like I don't work here. So that was a okay. Coming back around to strangeness and everything. Um,
I also want to say hello to Snort the Poopus.
Nordapupus, our favorite
Snort the
polar bear.
Poopus.
Yes, that's okay. Hey, he's a fuzzy creature like you.
Yeah,
Bears have tails, right?
yeah, little ones.
Oh, that's adorable. That's a big. Don't pull a polar bear's tail. Okay, the worst
No,
thing you ever knew.
honestly, don't go near a polar bear at all if you can help it, because they actually do see humans as normal prey.
Well, yeah, if you're in a place with a whole bunch of snow, you're probably going to be hungry and eat whatever you can get.
Yeah, well, I mean, other wild predators often still try to avoid humans. They're weird to them. Polar bears ain't about that. They're just like food, food. Yep, that's food, and that's food.
Because I'm a glutton for punishment, I just have to Google Kodiak bear real quick. Uh, oh, Kodiak's different. I thought that was the same thing. I thought it was a polar bear.
A Kodiak bear? No, that's his own bear.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So a polar bear can get up to close to 2,000 pounds. So yeah, if you have a 1-ton bear with ginormous fangs and stuff like that, you should probably leave it alone.
Not to mention like the death swipe claws.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let's
Mm.
see. Do we have any interesting paw prints? Hold on. Let's go to paw. How would you like to potentially be dismembered today, folks, in a video game? Oh,
in a video game. Yeah,
oh,
look.
that's big.
Yeah, polar bears are their jaws strength and stuff, all of that is designed to like be able to go through seals and shit. Like humans, they're just freaking squishy. That's so weird because that one right there just looks fake to me.
It looks like G Iggity with an extra couple of eyes with a different color scheme, minus the teeth. Like if you're kind of doing a chroma thing there, but yeah, those yeah
Look at them feet. Yeah, there's them claws.
yeah that's like a 6 to 8 inch claw. Yeah,
If
I
you've
that
ever accidentally been clawed by like an untrimmed like dog, you know, their nails got a little long and they try to jump on you. They might not be, you know, like doing puncture damage like a cat, but that crap hurts.
It's abrasive damage.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, my
going
face is
from
stuck.
bear.
There we go.
So the natural extension of this, going from bear paws, would be like the uncanny valley totally isn't a thing. I would take that statement and raise you. Sure, that's why DeviantArt totally doesn't exist.
Well, first of all, we used to remind everybody what the uncanny valley is.
Does
I
take it
think.
away uncannily.
Uncannily. The uncanny valley is where you've got something that looks human and is so freaking close, but just a teeny bit off that we naturally find it creepy. So there is a speculation as to why we find that so creepy. And I think right now your scientists mostly believe it's an evolutionary thingy, where at the same time there were two different kind of like humans. There was like your caveman and your homo something.
Neanderthal and then Homo sapien.
There we go. Neanderthal and Homo
biology.
sapien. Did exist at the same time for a while. One basically won out when it came to survival. But scientists think the uncanny valley creepy thing is an identifier built into our brains of how Homo sapiens differentiated from just really ugly Homo sapiens and actual Neanderthals. So that we didn't, I guess, I don't know, so we didn't get confused. I don't know why we couldn't just...
I think technically a lot of folks have something like a small percent of Neanderthal in them. Not everybody, I think, but I think a lot of people do. So it kind of says that, well, I don't know, some folks were I don't know, was the cave a rocking and somebody didn't come knocking?
Yeah, I think honestly there was a lot of whatevering with y'all guys, but at the end of the day, one species did end up winning out over the other. So we think that it's your scientists think that the uncanny valley automatically creeping us out, or creeping you guys out anyways, was left over from that brain differentiating between the two.
I kind of like Rick's can opener conjecture. He's like, the hill people lack can openers. That's why Homo sapiens ended up taking over.
We had better thumbs. I mean, you guys, anyways. But
really, I didn't even know that was a difference. They always.
Oh no, I have no idea. I was just imagining some, like, I was making up my own backstory in my head because it was funny. But yeah. But one actually did still win over the other one. And so, yeah, scientists think that that's what the uncanny valley automatically creeping us out might be left over from. But yeah, it is when you're witnessing something that is so close to looking straight up human, but is still a little bit off. It gives us the heebie-jeebies. So if you're like an animation like me where you're far enough away from looking human, I got some big eyes, I got the almost no nose, that kind of thing. Then I'm not as creepy as if I were drawn more realistically and then still being weird. Apparently.
This is why I remember you had some things just come there. It's like, oh, let's just show some random AI things, and eventually drew a human that I don't know if it was just like had Y's in the algorithm or something like that. It kind of looked a little bit like him. And then then you get this, and then I'm like, all right, well, let's take an iteration. Let's take Biz in the Twitch realm in Twitch form. Okay, now it's okay that the hair is big and stuff like this, but it's getting a bit more kind of human-esque there. And you got this, and it's like, okay, you kind of got a blank thing there, but then you're like, oh, I've seen mannequins in the stores. And occasionally you start seeing some of those new masks that they have where it's like, here's a ski mask you can put on. And it literally just looks like a different face.
Yeah. That little robot dude is a lot closer to Uncanny Valley because they gave it like realistic looking eyeballs.
Yeah, you could probably, like, if it was a decent canvas, you could literally put makeup and stuff on it, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, the best example, Cats.
Wait, what?
Cats,
Cats?
the movie.
Oh god, yeah.
When they took it literally, they apparently the original draft, they're like, we need to have this be realistic. So they had somebody animate in full buttholes.
Yes, and they had the butthole cut.
And then they paid somebody to go through and edit out all the buttholes. And you're like,
They went a little too cat-like with the human bodies. Yes, that was Uncanny Valley because in the original Cats musical, it's very obvious those are flashy costumes
Right.
with people in them. And it's made so obvious that, it's cool looking. But the movie, they tried way too hard to merge the human and cats together. And they did not create cute cat girls. They created nightmare fuel. And originally, gave them prominent buttholes.
I mean, they were trying. You can't fault them for trying there, but okay. So like, the cats. Oh God, hold on. Okay, so you get something like this where it's like, all right, you've got some.
It's
some
cute because
onesies
it's
on.
very obviously humans in costumes.
You can see people. They just have some fuzziness around the heads and stuff. I mean, they still have their hands and
Their
stuff.
faces
And
painted.
that's
Yeah.
like fuzzy ears, and it's a bunch of humans. Now, if we go back to Cats, the movie, we start getting things like this.
Yeah. And that's where it's too much. There's too much cat or not enough cat, honestly.
It's yeah. Hold on. Okay, it's not playing. Okay, it's playing an animation on my side. Hold on. Go back. Why is it not going back? Oh, wait, it's not even showing it. I clicked on the other thing. Okay, that's my bad. I realized. Wait, hold on. Stop. Present window. There we go. That's how we do it. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of options now with present.
Oh God, what did I even do?
Yeah.
Hold on, cancel. I just got confused. I clicked something that was new to me. All right, let's see if this. There we go. Okay. So as we go. Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Honestly, yeah, the cat in the hat was
kind of there, but
also kind of Uncanny Valley creepy. I think the prosthetic on his face helped a little bit.
Well, we'll see. Part of it too is I feel we had Jim Carrey, I believe, playing the Cat in the Hat.
Oh
Is it?
no, that was it's Mike Myers actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh God, who played the Cat in the Hat? Is it? Okay, okay, then he played the Grinch. Was it?
Yeah, I think Jim Carrey was the Grinch.
Cat in the Hat movie. Who was it? It was. Yeah, you were right. Michael
Yep.
Myers.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, see, I was going to play the whole, well, Jim Carrey's been the Mask and a whole bunch of out there characters, so it makes sense. Then again, it- Mike Myers, well, if he's not playing Jason, which is more creepy? I don't know. I don't have an answer. The Cat in the Hat or Michael Myers. But see, the thing is, it's I don't know if it's a kid's story, if it makes it better or worse because you're used to the anthropomorphization of stuff, but you start having a serious movie and it's like, okay, that looks itty person face there, but then it's going there. So it's like,
Yeah,
is this
it
real?
doesn't work. They needed to catify the face more because the rest of them was like hardcore catified.
Okay. So let's go into an uncomfortable place. So
Well, we weren't
how
already
about
there.
oh no. We get far more uncomfortable.
Ooh.
Now, is it uncanny per se, or is it uncanny based on our perception of it?
Um, it's that's what uncanny is. The uncanny valley is we're perceiving something as being too
Oh,
human but a little too off at the same time. It needs to be off more, and then it's not as creepy. Or
so
off
it's
a lot
far enough away.
less, and then
Uh,
it's not as creepy.
okay, let's do this. There's actually a Wikipedia thingy here for it. Okay, so let's. Oh, it's actually based upon Japanese. The Uncanny Valley, Japanese. Can you say this for us?
Bukimi no Tani.
That one, yes, what Fizz said. Effect
Mm.
is a hypothesized psychological and aesthetic relation between an object's degree of resemblance to a human being and the emotional response to the object. The uncanny valley hypothesis predicts that an entity appearing almost human will risk eliciting eerie feelings in viewers. Examples of the phenomena exist among robotics, 3D computer animations, and lifelike dolls. Increased prevalence of digital technologies, virtual reality, augmented reality, and photorealistic computer animations has propagated discussions and citations of the valley. Such conversation has enhanced the constructs. What the
Verisimilitude.
verisimilitude? Was it?
Verisimilitude.
I love how you just know that word.
I can't remember why I know that word.
I don't know because I see this thing here and
But
I'm
I've
like,
seen it before. I've seen it used before. I've heard it used before.
can you say it twice more?
Verisimilitude.
Verisimilitude. Oh, verisimilitude. In philosophy, verisimilitude is the notion that some propositions are closer to being true than other propositions. Oh, it's a problem of articulating what it takes with a false rate to be closer to true. Oh, so it's a
Mm-hmm.
gap. It's a
Mm-hmm.
gauge of, oh, this is this or this is that.
It needs to. It's weird. It needs to either be more realistically human looking or less realistically human looking, but right in the middle is creepy. Yeah.
This may be one of the most fantastical graphs I've ever seen because there's absolutely no numbers here, but it actually seems to make sense. Okay, affinity is technically, I think, the closeness to something,
Mm.
and then you have human likeness here. Okay, so an industrial robot is it's a robot. Okay, you got a humanoid robot. Okay, kind of closer to that. You got a stuffed animal, not quite as close. But then again, you get into the uncanny valley,
Where it just
which
goes boom.
where
The
it's like,
affinity is
oh
gone.
well,
Where it's just nope. Nope.
wow, this is okay. So we have like a physical corpse, which would be a no longer alive person. Um, so it's got a human likeness, but it's not moving. And very often when we see humans, hopefully they're moving, they're healthy, and everything like that. You have a zombie that's getting farther away, which is I think why Call of Duty Black Ops has been so successful because yeah, you know what? People have conflicts, wars, hell. That's why we should avoid it. But if it's a zombie, it ain't a live human being. It's far enough away that we can happily blow them to pieces and
Right, and
not
we
feel
don't.
guilty.
Yeah, they're not humanized anymore for some reason. The more decomposed it is too. Like the more we don't care. The less alive it looks, the more we're like, oh, okay, well, but yeah, yep. And it's
Oh, we got
universal.
we've
Yeah,
got
I
the
was gonna say, so
Bishop is
SpaceX
bringing in
lost some stuff.
says you haven't been contracted to work for SpaceX, have you?
No, but they should because I need to clean up. Dude, they have so much trash in orbit right now. I thought
Um,
NASA littered up there, dude. SpaceX is catching up to NASA's litter in half the time, less than half the time.
when you say litter, are you counting the Starlink satellite thingies?
Yeah, did you know that they're temporary?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we're launching them out there. They're doing some high-powered data communication. I mean, unless you're gonna like bring like a new battery pack or reactor or something up there. I mean, it's only gonna go for so long, right?
Yeah, you would think your solar panels would help with that, but yeah. So
For
they have to
what
keep
they're trying to do,
launching
yeah.
Starlink satellites up there because they eventually they burn out. And you know what happens when they burn out? They just stay.
Oh, they stay until they end up deorbiting, aka they crash back to Earth.
Yeah, some of them might, but once you get far enough out there, they kind of just do
Oh,
things.
there's lots of space junk up there. It's actually starting to
I'll
become an
tell you,
issue.
Earth is about to have rings like Saturn, and it's just going to be space trash.
God, is that the best way to look for intelligent situations? No. Just look for rings of junk around Earth-like planets.
Right?
That that may
Well,
explain a
hopefully, if
lot.
they're intelligent, they'll find a better way to deal with their space trash.
Well, this might explain more. We are joined by Tony, the Stark of Iron. Welcome, my friend.
Oh, I was about to say, cool combo.
Let's enter the room first.
Is that what he's doing?
I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. Why else would we hear a suit-like movement?
Okay. I was gonna say because there's some things I feel like would be easier to do without the suit on. Yeah.
Um, Speaking of Uncanny Valley, welcome, my friend. Oh, I think my
Okay.
face. I have no idea if your volume is coming through. It might be another audio stuff and thing. Yes, I know. There's a bajillion different things. I had to reset my own dang thingy. But the topic for today was the Uncanny Valley. And I'm going to bring back my old argument since I may or may not have a. Okay, as a classical misogynist. Oh, we're picking up
Testing,
signal.
testing. 1, 2. Can everybody hear me?
We can hear you. You're coming through like a robot, if that's
Well,
intended.
yeah. Well, I have the suit on. I mean, as I was saying, I was on the horn with Elon. He was like, "Hey, get up there, see if you can fix it." It's like a $900 million rocket, $1 billion rocket. I'm like, okay, I'll try, but I mean, I was in the shower, and yeesh. I'm gonna go ahead and take this damn thing off though, because Christ, I still got space dust on me. I might need another shower after this, so just let me de-res a little bit.
Oh, that's better. Oh, air.
I know that regolith goes everywhere, man.
Oh my God.
But welcome. We're just discussing the Uncanny Valley and all the different intricacies.
Ah, yes. I have some points to make that you haven't made yet.
Please.
Well, we have the ability to find human features in things that are not human, and it's like a subconscious reaction. Like when you were little and you were on like the interstate, you were like in the back of the car, and you would see all of the times that hills were shaved through just to put the road through, and you would see how the lines and the rocks would line up like faces.
Yeah,
It's kind of the same
faces in trees and in
faces
clouds.
in trees, rocks, the man on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
There's varying degrees that where you just go, hey, look, there's the eyes, the nose, the mouth. It's a face, right?
Everybody that's seen Jesus in pieces of bread.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's because of those same subconscious reactions to the things that we look at that we turn around and go, okay, this is a little too close to home, because subconsciously you register it as human, but then consciously you go, it's obviously not. And the general confusion that you have as a result of those two thought processes is what creeps you out and puts you on edge, gets you into your flight or fight response, because it's two totally different forms of thought. Now, I'm no neuroscientist. I'm not a neuroscientist, but I do know at least that much, that those two forms of thought, the instinctual limbic thought of being able to communicate with something that genuinely resembles with being human, or to connect to that, versus the obvious realization after the initial reaction of thinking it is. Obviously it's like it's the same concept of like when a cat sees a foreign cat, right? For the first time, they hiss at each other and then they react. This is only exemplified whenever you see Cat Dad. You see him put on that rubber cat mask, walk into that room. Notice I'm referencing memes of destruction, because it's kind of my jam. And all the cats flip the fuck out. It's because at first they're identifying with the cat-shaped head. Then they realize that the guy is like 200 feet tall compared to them, and smells like their dad, and then it confuses them, which causes the flight or fight response. So it's very much a limbic, instinctual response time. Before, if I could talk today, before cognizant thought, or sapient thought, I should say.
Wow, I'm learning all different types of words today. This is cool.
That has been Mr. Stark, and this has been The More You Know.
That was beautiful. Okay, so you're saying if it's coming down to some form of some physical response for human-ish creatures like
mental,
us, yes, okay,
limbic.
Because I remember I listened to about half of Professor Peterson's Maps of Meaning book, and it's probably one of the greatest books I've listened to half of. At one point when he's going into it, he's like, all right, suppose you're like a rat or a mouse or something like that. You get put in a random new place. You're going around, you're like, oh my God, what the heck's happening? You're smelling things, you're seeing things, and all of a sudden you come across like a scent or something you can identify, and you're like, is this going to hurt me? Is it going to eat me? Can I eat it? Is it nice? Is it kind? Can I mate with it? These are some things that I think Picard and other folks have long had us intrigued questions. It's like, all right, friend or foe, food, fornicate. Yeah, things like that. Are you getting attacked again?
My face is broken, and there's a bad kitty being bad.
So about normal.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you wanted to see, our good friend's rig get absolutely destroyed by an update, well, you've come to the right place.
She is resting.
Looks like she's in between riding a motorcycle and riding a motorcycle. If you catch my drift.
Dear. Is it a Tokyo drift?
If the tracking found me, it lost me.
It's okay.
There we go.
This is why you fit in. It's like, hey, who can say? Maybe we're just all poorly animated deep down. Something holographic projection. That's another story.
Oh, I have a face for radio. I'm not gonna shy away from it. What do you think I come across as the Iron Man using, an obvious face claim? I mean,
why do you think I'm a VTuber?
Doy.
I'd say, I
We can't
remember
all
these
look.
things.
We can't all look like this very attractive means of destruction with his biceps and his deltoids and his beard and princely locks. Can't all have that, no.
I've literally, at one point, my aunt was like, "You look like the homeless person down the street." Now, to be fair, now when I was the beard and the hair, there was no differentiation there. So you're shaving the beard off. You're like, I have no idea where my beard ends and my hair begins. So we're trying to get a little bit more
The
trimmed here.
Asgardian features.
See, that's where the Neanderthal genes came in.
The fuzziness keeps you warm. But I'm going to go back to an ancient argument. I somewhat apologize for my misogyny, but I feel like this is the question where people were like, cartoons are just animation. Is Lois Griffin hot?
Oh, interesting.
Because I feel like because it's like, all right, cartoon animation, but it's like you have the feminine form there.
I was gonna say there are very specific shapes that we find hot.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, when like 90s kids and how they were attracted to like Kim Possible, for example. Kim Possible was like fetish fuel for a lot of 90s kids. There's a way that things are drawn, but like for us Gen Xers, I'm going to tell you right now, first thing that went through my mind whenever I saw Jessica Rabbit for the first time was see.
Mr. Yogi, what are you doing? Go.
So when you have
hail in my mouth
something of quality like Jessica fucking Rabbit.
See?
And then you ask like a plebeian question like, is Lois Griffin hot?
But you realize that it's the shape. The shape is still there. It's in different sizes, but the specific shape.
She's not bad. She's just drawn that way.
Exactly.
Right.
No, but that's why I asked Lois Griffin, because
Lois Griffin has the same shape, different proportions, same shape.
Well, the most off-putting thing about Lois Griffin is that triangular nose. Not just a triangular nose, but an obtuse triangular nose. Like,
you know what? If you're going to simplify a human nose, circle or triangle.
I think they did that.
A shadow over the lip. Like Jessica here. A shadow over the lip is enough.
Yeah, non-existent nose even. We don't even need that shit.
Personally, I don't mind Lois Griffin's nose, but then again, I'm a complete weirdo. That's me personally.
That's okay.
But one of the reasons why I use Lois Griffin is because while Jessica Rabbit is literally part of the trope, it's like, I'm not bad. I'm just drawn this way.
That way.
It's a bit more direct. She's playing the lounge singer with the sultry voice and everything like there. And then poor Eddie Valiant is there like, what the heck is going on?
Drawing sex symbols, man. I mean, that goes all the way back to like Betty Boop, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Betty Boop started that the drawn sex symbol. Back then, that was the flapper girl hairstyle, the high-rise dress.
I was gonna say, but the shape is still there.
Yeah, the shape is still there. The head
curve
of the head obviously is a bit more dated to the animation style of the time, but
right.
But the shape.
But
is
you notice
still there.
that the head
wide
doesn't
rear,
matter as much.
The thin waist, the round shoulders.
I'm not going to scroll down anymore because I'm feeling we're going to get some fan drawings.
Betty Boop though is also proof that the head doesn't matter as much as the body shape.
Exactly. That's the reason why you get people that would be like, oh, well, they were attracted to what's her face from a Goofy movie.
Yeah, that shape.
That's the shape and the hair sold it. What was her fucking name?
You talking about
I can't remember.
Crush.
Oh,
now that's gonna fucking haunt me.
Right?
Movie characters.
Her. And that was, and they based her off of the Topanga.
Yep.
The Topanga effect from Boy Meets World.
Mm-hmm.
Roxanne. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
typical shorter, academic valedictorian, possibly a cheerleader kind of build with the long red hair.
Gadget and Rescue
the
Rangers
Topanga
was
build,
apparently a lot of people's crushes.
God.
And she's a freaking mouse.
She's a very
To,
smart mouse.
Gadget. Oh yeah,
Yep.
Gadget. Yeah,
She's got the
Gadget
curve.
hack and wrench.
it's got the curves. And there's just something about a mechanic jumpsuit on a woman, and that goes all the way back to like the Rosie the Riveter thing.
Mm.
Put a woman in a mechanic's jumpsuit, get her covered in like car grease and oil, and
But see, it doesn't even matter the proportion of the curves. You just need an hourglass-like curve. It doesn't even have to be even.
right.
I'm sorry, I had to stop sharing Gadget because, like, scrolling right down, it immediately went into DeviantArt
Oh, yeah.
Takeoff.
Oh,
and
oh,
everything,
yeah.
and I'm like, it's
Gadget,
many
listen,
boop. You got like
listen.
one row. Jessica Rabbit.
That is an
maybe you get
entire
2 or 3.
tangent that could be dedicated for an entirely different stream.
Oh yeah. I've been on those.
Hashtag Rule 34 discussions are
Wait,
always fun.
no, Piper. Piper has been on a stream that was all about the creepiness, like what happened to Gadget.
What happened to Gadget Hack Wrench is a good name for the title. It's like, what happened to Gadget Hack Wrench? Well, just about everything and everything.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
It's,
There is a cult.
It's feet or diapers or whatever.
There's a cult. There's an actual.
It gets bad. It gets so bad.
I think Count Dankula actually did a quick thing on that before, and at one point I'm like, Count Dankula is covering this. Why is I'm like, oh, there's some deep lore behind this as well. I mean,
it's weird. It's if you spend enough time on the internet, eventually you're going to fall down the Gadget Hack Wrench rabbit hole. And
the internet is for porn. The internet is for porn. Oh, how I'd like to curl my horn to porn.
Oh, Dickie. Oh, hello, Kate Monster. Yes. No, I grew up from that time too. My first. Here's the thing. I didn't even know that was a freaking Broadway musical until literally I'm watching that thing, World of Warcraft. They have like the torrent thing.
You watched it off the World of Warcraft edit, with the Tarian, Tarian coming up and doing the fucking monsters lines. Yes.
Oh yeah, we played that here. Yeah, we should get claimed again before we end the show on that. But before we go through that. Welcome, Lugnuts.
Hail to the great Lugnuts. And speaking of beautifully voiced, my friend, I will be having a full-length matinee starting at prime time. That's why you ain't got to wait for Doomcock today. I'm going on at 8:30.
All right, Tony's link is in the doobly-dooble. He's got some stuff coming on in an hour and a half.
You like parody songs? Do you like character impersonations, transcript readings, general punditry, and more? Why wait till Friday when you could just hang out with yours truly today?
Yes. The room just aged. It's not made for children here.
I will have you know, Jack's Law, I'm quite ancient. It is all right.
Now, given recent discussion, that reminds me of potential things that have come up on this channel. I have warned actual biologists about the dangers of what we were just discussing.
You know what that means?
Oh.
Before?
I think I do know what that means. Having actually just run into it.
I don't know what it means.
Well, that's how that works. It just like walking into a room where people have their shit hanging out,
It says...
Oh, wrong room. I'm just going to go over here now.
Something like what guys actually want is different.
Mm-hmm.
And how men react is different, whether they're in groups or alone, and all of this stuff.
I totally didn't.
I don't know. Should
I
look
know.
it up?
I think the upshot of it is that there will be
No.
porn for every bizarre preference, right, or something like that. But anyway,
the furry.
point being, okay,
Don't Google Rule 34. Okay.
right.
Don't do it.
Wow.
The 80s when men had prettier hair.
Good Samaritan much?
Because
Listen. If there's one thing I'm good at, here's the thing. I start a lot of fires so to speak, on the internet, hyperbolically.
But then you
of course,
put
I'm
some
gonna do
out
it.
before they begin.
No, listen, if I'm the one that started, it's my job to put it out. Now, does it always work? I mean,
I put the fires out.
You made them worse.
Worse? Or better?
The assigning's over, Zim.
I mean, I'm just saying. It's,
These people, they're lucky that they took your word for it, because I have this problem where if somebody tells me not to do something, I do it because I want to know why they told me not to.
oh, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I tell people not to do it, because I'm just like, listen, I gave you the warning. Should you choose to heed the warning, that's up to you.
And I am half the reason that Piper is constantly reminding everybody that she is a writer when it comes to her internet search history.
Right. Yes. Yes, we're all writers writing our own narratives of stuff and things across the internet.
It's not us that's the weirdos. It's just these characters. Okay, don't worry about it.
Oh, this is quite the interesting thing, was it? Yeah, Jackson. No, I used to watch Professor Brett Weinstein, Brett with one T, and his wife Dr. Hain and stuff. I think I'm still part of her Patreon or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really watch them much. Yeah, listen. We all go through different arcs in our lives where it's like, we're going to listen to these people. We go through this. We're kind of obsessed with this. Whether it's, I don't know, Rescue Rangers, Battletech, Mech Warrior, Dragon Ball, Betty Boop, whatever it might be.
Don't get me started on Dragon Ball. We'll be here all night. Oh, Vegeta. Wonderful.
Oh, yes. Hey, we at least got Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 4.
How many times do I have to tell you, Kakarot? I will be the one to defeat you.
Did Vegeta always have a very slight British tinge to his accent? Like I
Well, yes, but of course, I am a man of refinement. The Prince of all Saiyans demands it.
That's true. You can't be a prince without
To be fair, it's at least as good up there with the other voiceovers I've heard on Geekdom 101's channel, and since he's a preeminent Dragon Ball YouTuber.
Well, you know what? I bet they don't have a perfect cell, because I'm the only one that's perfect enough to do it.
It's actually creepy.
I was gonna say I'm not dogging on him. I think it's I think it's funny when somebody that does voices gets stuck in one, because I get stuck in Fizz voice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have you know that your eyes are stuck in that voice too.
Yep.
I can confirm
That's called
this.
a perfect burn. Most people would consider savage, but they are too short-sighted to admire perfection.
Well, we've
Like,
yes.
even his hair is hot. Even his hair is hot.
Speaking of Uncanny Valley.
Yes. No horse videos are to be had here. Just horse images drawn with grok.
It's whatever thing might be there, but as far as horses and mounted archery go, you may not need to have someone
Looks
mounted.
like perhaps we were going about it wrong and needed both the hooves and the mouth.
Lugnut is talking about George Lowe. Well,
Yep.
we can talk about George Lowe, or we can honor him. Greetings,
Well, we can
citizen.
honor him.
I am Space Ghost. Identify yourself to the universe.
Don't sound like your face.
Yes, I've been working on a vocal.
Let's bring him up there.
I'm working on a bit. I'm doing some vocal exercises, and I'm getting the George Lowe profile, the Space Ghost profile, because I'm going to do some interviews with some YouTubers, especially people that do cameras like memes here, where I'm going to do a show that's very much like Coast to Coast with my impersonations as Space Ghost of the George Lowe profile. And it's going to be called Tad Talks instead of Space Ghost Coast to Coast. It'll be Tad Ghostal TED Talk. You get the joke.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wait.
so that
Yeah.
people on this greater YouTube community can have their 15 seconds of fame. And I do mean 15 seconds because it's all about me, Space Ghost. So, yeah, I'm going to be keeping that alive. Whenever George Lowe died, that fucked with me so bad. I was like, oh, nope.
Welcome, Nerdy Texas account.
You gotta have Brack. You gotta have Brack.
I don't know if I could do that, Brack boy.
That's actually a lot better than your Space Ghost right now.
That's because I've practiced this one.
I like that one. I like it.
I said to him, if I can't get that George Lowe voice, I'm going to at least do like Brack here.
Yeah.
See, I was
if I could talk like Brack's dad, then I could definitely talk like George Lowe.
And I can't remember who the fucking praying mantis dude or whatever the hell. I can't remember his name.
Zorak.
Yeah.
Terror of the universe, Mantis Lord of the cosmos, and somebody I'm about to destroy. No!
Wait. Okay, so can someone explain?
Somebody just took out Brack and it on in a good way.
Why is there a main tab and a Jellystone with an exclamation?
Because Jellystone is a more recent Hanna-Barbera series that also parodies a lot of their old IPs.
Oh.
Yeah, George Lowe even had a cameo as Space Ghost on there. I saw Peter Potamus and a few other characters on that show, clips. Never sat down and watched it, but...
yeah, he's the locust of the apocalypse. It was later corrected to Mantis.
Apocalypse.
Later corrected to Mantis. Yeah, I was gonna say when he looks like a mantis, he don't look like a
Hey, he's Zorak. He's Zorak. Yeah, you're young. And he's just like, I love the Bobcat Goldthwait interview. It's like my favorite Space Ghost interview.
I mean, that show was. Here's the thing: I didn't even really know what it was. I'm like, what is this animation and stuff? They're just doing all the slapstick and everything going around, and just the tropes,
That's
and just the
right.
blasting of Zorak and the comedy of Brack and everything, and the confusion and this. It's like, I don't know.
One of my favorite Space Ghost bits of all time was from Fire Ants. It was the Conan interview, and then the ant starts crawling across the studio, and Space Ghost is like, I'm gonna follow him home, kill his whole family. You just for the next 8 minutes, you just see him on his knees, keeping his eye on the ant as he's going from set piece to set piece to set piece. Finally, he gets there. He opens up the door. There's these giant mutant ants with their arms in the air going. And he's like, "Oh no! You see him just fly away, and they're chasing.
Listen, this is like open genocide on a live show. I mean, it's probably not a good thing, even if you're trying to do it in the professional aspect of I am a professional bug exterminator. Yeah, the bugs might be.
I used to be a superhero, but I became a talk show host.
I mean, these things happen. Nerdy's bringing up the Jabberjaw and Captain Cave. I did enjoy Captain Cave.
And Captain Caveman. Oh, my voice better not be cracking like this. I was death clocked for 2.5 hours last night.
that'll do it. For all of them?
That's right, every single one.
Oh,
here we go. Tony gonna blow out his voice for real. Dude, everybody just calm down, all right? We did this last night. I'll play hostess and karaoke too. It was absolutely quite brutal.
Yep, that'll do it then. Especially just being Nathan Explosion.
Well, yeah, imagine singing death metal as Nathan fucking Explosion for God knows how long.
Yep. Ouch.
Yeah, I sung 6 or 7 Death Clock songs off of the 3 albums whenever it was my turn for karaoke. Death Clock hosted a karaoke. And it was a very successful one, too.
Nice.
I was like, oh, jeez, I'm failing the Morty test. The voice is cracking on its own. It ain't good.
I don't know if it's puberty. Maybe it's just professionalism.
I'm a glutton for punishment, and I'm putting my voice through the ringer so that hopefully I can at least break it enough to have a proper vocal fry to do a lot of pre-recorded clips as Space Ghost, so that way I'm actually in that golden baritone that he's got. It's all a process.
It's tough to do the voice modulation because apparently I break NVIDIA drivers and stuff like that. So it's something where
I am 99% organic.
I used to have redeems on my Twitch where I would talk as certain voices for certain periods of time, and I had to disable them because I started hurting myself. They kept getting redeemed.
The only two voice filters that I use is the ones for Bill Cipher and the Radio Demon.
Yeah, I was gonna say the ones where you absolutely have to have a. Yeah, no, these I don't have a filters. I would talk in the voice. I think it was when I had to when Eric Cartman. I think Eric Cartman is what
Hold on, I gotta mute for a second.
Injured me after a while, and I just disabled them.
I mean that's a very high kind of shrill hitting the pitches there. It's not quite the smoothness of some voice.
Yeah,
man, I'm gonna have some fun tonight. Whenever I hit those B sharps and those high falsetto E's, it's gonna crack like a motherfucker. Here's hoping people super chat request me songs in my comfort range. Okay, thanks.
That's when you're like, all right, listen. There are certain things.
That's it. Time to sing some fucking Queen. I want to hear. Don't Stop Me Now, and I want to hear it all the way through one try. And I'm like, $5 is $5.
Oh,
I
man,
do like some acapella. Yes, Lug is pretty good at some voices and stuff. He has some of like the old like 50s and 60s like announcers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I totally sold him whenever I had that Alice Store based ad on the last show, if you recall.
Yes,
yeah,
that was really good.
Yeah.
I need to find more
Alistair might
excuses
read
to do
some
my
Poe tonight. Might read some Edgar Allan Poe tonight.
Harley Quinn. Yeah.
Boy, I'll
Right.
tell you what.
Oh shit, that's awesome. Who's the toaster friend? He from Piper Group or Memes Group? The toaster. The Jollies group.
Wait, which toaster? Who is the toaster friend? He's from the Piper Group of the Wait, which toaster? Is it a brave little toaster?
No. The only one I know about is no wait, they call him a microwave, not a toaster. Never mind. I don't know.
Not to that static again.
Are you talking about like Piper's PC? That gets referred to as a toaster.
It is a brave little toaster, the poor thing. Its name is actually Companion Cube. Because it's a little
think
square,
that
but
just because you can move around, you think you're better than I am. It's a conspiracy. And all of you low watts are in on it. I don't mind being stuck in a wall. I like being stuck in this stupid wall. It's not my fault the kid couldn't reach my dials. He's gonna blow. It's my function.
That's a lot of work for some coffee.
that was why I never watched Brave Little Toaster again, is because that scared the shit out of me and made me cry.
Got you? Oh my god!
The air conditioner. I also didn't like the vacuum cleaner.
Kirby was okay because he was just a grump.
When he started eating his cord, though, I was done. I was like, "Ooh, you can't do that."
The air conditioner.
That's not where that goes.
Was based off of Jack Nicholson. That's
yeah.
But you could tell with not just with the facial expressions, but just like the cadence. Mm-hmm. You know, it's definitely not just Jack Nicholson, but Jack from The Shining.
Yeah,
he's just like on borderline going to snap any minute. No,
I hated the Brave Little Toaster. I think it's because it went into my, I don't know, it went kind of, that's Uncanny Valley, man.
Mm-hmm.
See,
the most uncanny thing from Brave Little Toaster, the thing that I didn't like was the nightmare, the clown. That and then when he was over the bathtub, and I'm like, oh my god. The toaster in the bathtub reference. My god, dude.
Yeah.
That right there. And he had a water hose and a fork. So that to any of those out there that knew the two weaknesses to a standard, slot toaster, those were it. Those were it right there.
That's why I didn't like Brave Little Toaster. I think it's because it made me creeped out by like my own like random home appliances and shit.
What gives a toaster nightmares? A fork and a fire hose.
Exactly, because those are the things that would be known to kill him.
Yeah. Burn down the entire place with all the other appliances and any flesh bags.
They
and
added
stuff
the
in it.
fireman
Terrifying.
outfit because if you notice, Clown is obviously a demon with the horns.
Mm.
Ooh,
So
see, I
he's
thought that
in
was
hell,
hair.
but just to make sure that
Hair
there would be a
horns.
reason for him to have a fire hose, they duded him up as a firefighter. So
I
many
do not
layers.
remember. I do
So
not remember
many
this from the Brave Little
fucking
Toaster.
layers.
I don't
It's
remember
been
that.
so many years. I feel like
I will never forget that movie because it you know how they say like all these different old movies are like should have been nightmare fuel for kids. This one.
No, this one
This
and All Dogs to Heaven had some pretty scary scenes too.
And
Especially-
that one I was okay with. It made me
Yeah,
cry because
well,
it was
there's a
sad,
lot of-
but it
there's
didn't
a
scare
lot
the
of,
crap out of me like Brave Little Toaster.
See, here's the thing. You're like, oh, this isn't Uncanny Valley. But then
No.
it's like you're watching this, and it's like, all
Well,
right,
no.
you got a toaster, a light.
I was wondering if you had any of those radio tubes. Remember the fucking used electronic salesman? Whenever we thought they were going to die in the swamp, that they were all just going to die there. You just see this used electronic salesman pull them all up and go, "Oh my god, vintage electronics! This was Pater."
You know what's weird too is this is just Toy Story.
It is. It really
Technically, it's more like Toy Story is just Brave Little Toaster. Since Brave
the
Little
Dark
Toaster was
Crystal
first.
introduced death in a very
This is
accurate
right.
way, Nerdy Texan, in such an accurate way. The Dark Crystal, the scene where they're draining the literal soul out of that podling.
Mm,
Yeah, that shit was terrifying.
wow.
See, and
God,
I did not. That one did
you
not
can drink
scare
it
me.
essence. Trial by stone. Trial by stone. Slaves, yes, it's a trial by stone.
Oh no, everyone is sufficiently terrified.
Why
Why don't you all let folks know what you got going on? We've done our obligatory hour and everything. So
well, do you want to have her go first before I do my commercial?
Biz.
I'm
What you got going
gonna be on Twitch at 9 Eastern. I think I'm supposed to go back to Minecraft finally. But I'm told that everything changed, which sucks. So yay. Minecraft.
Oh, so you're gonna be on some little bit of Twitch later doing some Minecraft? That's
Yeah.
groovy. There's links in the doobly-doo. We'll toss them below, and with that, we'll move over to our friend Tony.
Hold on, I'm changing clothes.
All right. Oh.
I love this guy.
She loves this guy. It sucks that you and I stream at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, you
seriously.
can catch half an hour. Anyway, yes. Commercial time. Kay, thanks.
But of course, my good fellow. Are you an individual that is tired of waiting until Friday night to be able to actually have a good time listening to a variety program? Perhaps then you'll be able to find us happening at our T-Stock CEO at YouTube.com, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We're going to be able to make you laugh before Friday, at least 2 Thursdays of the month, mind you. But wait a minute, why did it fucking stop? Like the bloody thing. Are you serious? Okay, from Tippity Top. Are you tired of individuals taking the Friday limelight and you have to wait an entire work week for a variety program? Well, look no further than yours truly, my good fellow. That's right, Mr. Stock and T-Stock CEO at YouTube.com. Hell, this rehearsal was the second time around, wasn't it? We will have a lot of entertainment coming up for you with new parody songs, character impersonations, transcript readings, phony phone calls, and more. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. In approximately 1 hour and 9 minutes, we will will be able to whisk you away into the theater of the mind and revisit the golden age of radio. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You will be able to enjoy all of the trimmings that you would happen to happen on a weekend. Twice, if not more, every Thursday or every other Thursday by default. And Stock of Iron on YouTube.com. Perhaps Rumble as patent pending. This advertisement was brought to you by the fine folks of the New Coca-Cola Corporation, the Grey Tortoise Carter Cigarette Company, and of course, Iodine Toothpaste. Because if you want to ruin your smile with the first two products, bring it on home with a tube of unmitigated bleach and fluoride. Thank you, Means of Destruction, for hosting a wonderful hour of entertainment where we were able to learn a lot of new information. And we will see you all real soon.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, everybody that has joined us. Any final closing words from Fizz?
I swear my face doesn't look like this all the time in real life.
Hashtag
think.
not all. You heard it here, everyone. No monster goals. You heard in the making of this broadcast.
I'm broken. You broke me. Oh no. Oh dear. You guys? You guys! I just want to hug some gold!